A grandfather in England is claiming that he cured his cancer using cannabis oil. So there he is right there with his cannabis oil. He first had cancer in 2009 and was given a new liver and the all clear. They said that's gone. But last year, new cancerous cells were found attacking his new organ. And we've got a little more info on what happened. Mike Cutler started taking cannabis oil after watching a video about how it could cure him. When he went for a biopsy this year, doctors said that the new cancerous cells had disappeared. In research published last week, scientists at the University of East Anglia found the main psychoactive ingredient in cannabis. I'm not even going to try to say that. Jimmy, you want to handle that one?
Tetrahydrocannabinol.
Wow, that was really, really good. He does love his weed. Had been found to limit the growth of cancerous cells. Now, interestingly,
so that's THC, basically.
So that's THC. So interestingly, he describes himself as, quote, a family man, not a druggie. This is someone who found a natural plant and used it for his own health. Now, of course, this is a bit anecdotal. I don't know that this could work for everybody, but this is all good. Why are we so hung up on this cannabis stuff?
Number one, I want to say, YouTube saves lives. He saw that video on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube saves lives.
We're saving lives, people.
Right now.
That's
what's happening before your eyes.
Yeah.
So I think we're hung up on it because ultimately, weed, ganja, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, my Jamaican is coming out very thick right now. Whatever you want to name, Mary Jane, all the colloquialisms for it. It is a brown country's drug. That's what it is. The places that are quote unquote known for, like where I'm from, yay, we're known for so many great things, like the beach.
Weed in Jamaica.
I haven't.
No?
I've never smoked weed.
You told me that last time you were on the show, and I.
True story. But
well, then I'll have to go to the professional here, unless you want to finish that.
Well, tetrahydro, I can't even say it.
All right, Mr. Weed, what's the problem with these people?
Well, that's what I try to tell people. It's been proven that AIDS patients, they use marijuana, it helps cure. And this guy, it cures cancer. I say, imagine what pot will do for your flu. That's what I take it when I have the flu, and I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
it could be because you're high, though.
Yes, that is why.
Okay.
That is why.
That is great.
Really, though, what about these people? What kind of psychotic person would tell someone that has AIDS or that has cancer or some other incurable, inoperable disease that they can't do whatever is within their human power to do to
a mental defective like Patrick Kennedy, former congressman from Rhode Island, or maybe Peter Lawford's kid, Chris Lawford, who was also an ex-heroin junkie, who is now coming on television to tell people they shouldn't smoke pot.
Yeah.
So it's always the guys who crash their car at your party and piss on your couch, and then to come back when they're sober to tell you can't smoke pot anymore. So that's who it is. And I'm not the first guy to say this. I saw a comedian named Bill Hicks say this one time about, when you outlaw marijuana, it is a plant that grows freely in nature. So what you're doing is you're outlawing nature. You're saying nature is wrong and that somehow God fucked up when he created the world. God created the world and it was perfect and everything in it, and then holy shit, I left pot everywhere. Now I have to invent Republicans.
Right.
So that was Bill Hicks. So that's the craziest, that's the perfect way to look at it. You are going to outlaw nature. Something that grows out of the earth is illegal.
Yeah. So do we basically then just need the big pharma to jump in on this and take what he's doing, and then once they can figure out how to give you all the side effects and you're having diarrhea and thoughts of suicide and restless leg syndrome, and once they get all that down, then they'll be like, all right, we got it in pill form, and this crazy hippie doesn't have to be squeezing it out of a little, what do they call those things? Little dropper. Little dropper. I thought there's a fancy science word. Dropper, thank you. But really, isn't that where this is all going? That once they figure out how to put this in pill form, they'll all be okay with it.
And it would never be as quick of a cure as him taking the drops. It would be you take these pills till you die from something else in 30 years, so we can make a ton of money off of you. Yeah. It's ridiculous that the medical benefits of marijuana are seriously being outweighed by legislation, by rules, by law. Yeah. And law is, we're allowed to smoke cigarettes, which have no fucking use at all, but to kill your ass. But marijuana that is actually has been proven, and there's been so many studies of what it does for you and how it relaxes and people with high blood pressure, like all sorts of disorders, how there is so much medical application with marijuana, but no, that's illegal.
Yeah.
So it just tells you that at the end of the day, it comes down to the agenda of corporate America. They're wanting to make money, they're needing to be able to legislate that. And for me, that's what makes it, not just corporate America, but corporations in general. It's people wanting to make money, and if they can't control and make money from it, they're not gonna let you get access to it, and they're gonna make sure that you're penalized if you try.
So from the corporate America angle to exactly what you were saying, the Bill Hicks idea, is this just that we can't do things that are good for us because we're so detached from reality? You know what I mean? Like, we're detached from the reality of the corporate part of it, but then we're also detached of the natural part. It's this planet, and it doesn't even register with us.
Right, it doesn't even like, oh, right, we are out in the... That's like, why don't you outlaw a waterfall? Because people can...
You could drown in
You could drown in one.
If you were just to stand under a waterfall.
So we should make that illegal. If I catch a waterfall in your backyard...
Or GMOs. They're worse things that we're actively being fed every single day.
Yeah.
Pink slime?
Pink slime.
Pink slime.
And nobody has a problem with that. Nobody, because they're all getting the money off of that. They're all profiting vastly and becoming million and billion and trillionaires. And so they're fine with that. But God forbid you want to actually consume something that would actually help you and circumvent paying them a monthly. Oh, here's my medical fee for picking up my medicine from you. When you circumvent that, you're a criminal.
Yeah. Can I just say that she's the best not pot smoking pot advocate I've ever. I mean, I knew what I was going to get out of you here, but this is impressive. All right, bring us home.
And let me just give you one more. When you see these guys like Patrick Kennedy and Chris Lawford, and they come on television and they're advocating against legalized marijuana or medical marijuana, just know that those people are being paid by OxyContin producers. Okay, that is true. Salon or somebody or Mother Jones or somebody, The Nation just did an expose, and that guy Patrick Kennedy, who is a fucking piece of shit, who has been going around demonizing medical marijuana, who's a drug addict himself, is on the take from OxyContin manufacturers. So always follow the money. When you hear somebody saying, oh, the marijuana today is much stronger, and all that, but that is bullshit. And they go, we don't need another drug. No one's saying we need another drug. People are saying the way we deal with the drug. It's already here. Yeah. The way we're dealing with it is bad. It's your show.
No.
And also the fact that there's so many people. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My father was the deputy superintendent of police for Drug and Firearm Administration in Jamaica for 42 years. So I have a very strong relationship to the idea of drugs and how it should be legislated. And what you see is a lot of people in prison. A lot of people, our systems are overloaded with crap from marijuana, and marijuana is the least problematic of the drugs that are on the market, and yet it is the one that is the most demonized. So I have a huge issue with that, which is why I'm your biggest non-pot smoking pot advocate.
No joke. I was growing a little weed in my tiny little garden. Somebody gave me a seed. I was growing a little weed, and then I was watching Orange is the New Black. I swear to God, and I paused it in the middle, and I ripped up the weed, and I was like, I don't want to end up in a women's prison. You know what I mean? I swear to God, that's true.